So what I feel is when we talk about the valuation, subconsciously what we think is valuation for a particular one when we are you set a valuation of a company based on what? Based on maybe other 9 companies.
Company is very different valuation.
Exactly. Now this is where I feel let's not talk about utilities as well. Let's talk about the original IPs. So what I am doing is just like VFriends is a 280 plus IPs and then NFTs. So I didn't launch an NFT project. Rather, I would say that I have launched 22 IPs like Digital Pratik, under which I'll be building different businesses. I have built Digital Pratik as one brand or one IP, original licensed in Government of India. Now I have licensed 22. And NFT is just one vertical of business which I'm trying to build. And that's the reason why I've immediately now, recently in the past 3 months, I've been saying NFTs are not NFT projects. NFTs are another way of branding and marketing any business. Any business. Like right now, when I told that link, digitalpratik.com/IRL, if right now people go there, that's a POAP badge. I've generated 100 codes of this NFT Kochi. So if you guys understand Malayali, any one of you? No? You're Malayali? I'm sure this card would have no value except for you getting a smile for 5 seconds. But at the same point in time, that's the reason why I've combined this with digitalpratik.com/IRL, where if somebody is claiming that POAP, I'll keep on bringing value forever. Like, this is Malayali, you just said that you don't understand Malayali.
I'll give you Hindi.
I'll give you English. English is something which everybody understands, you know. But now I have Gujarati as well. You will remember me as a Gujju guy now. So I mean, so that's the whole motto which I'm trying to do. Like I'm not completely shifting to NFT world. Because I am a Web 2 world, hardcore execution Web 2 world.
No, I understood that when you talk about utility, you only talk about IRL stuff, like what guys does. Like,
I mean, so it's like so much possible that when you club these two things together, it's not going to be just utility. Like I was just talking to somebody, he told me that, hey, I'm so fond of Loyal Puppy Dog, but I still don't have money to buy that bronze token of yours. I'm like, okay, fine. But he's saying, I've already bought one. I want another one. I'm like, why? He says, because I have a pet in my house. I'm fond of dogs. Now what I'll do in 2024, I'll just collab with a brand which would be into pet shops, and then I'll collaborate with them for a 1-year thing, and I'll sell gifts to them because they have a dog. So every Loyal Puppy Dog holder would get those things.
So the membership tier?
I would do anything because I have 22 IPs now.
Oh. What IPs?
All these IPs.
That's the ones you want?
Yeah, so this is my project, and I mean, this is my project. So it's JorrParivar. JorrParivar. So it's like 22 IPs.
Many calls.
That's the reason why I'm saying, remember me at Face, Digital Pratik. That's where, like, I have not seen any Indian creator as of now. We are speaking 18th December, 17th December, whatever it is. I have not seen any creator who has just their face on Twitter Spaces and still is an NFT collector as heavy as me. I'm talking about Web 2 world, not your world. You know? Because these two are completely different fucking worlds. So I've seen from Web 2.
Instagram DP is different from my Twitter DP.
Exactly.
My Instagram is real.
Yeah. I mean, just look at this.
My Instagram is real.
So that's the point. Like, in Web 2 world, people are afraid to do this because they're still thinking that what will happen to the face value. And that's where, before launching the NFTs, I reversed engineer VFriends. I thought, okay, fine, IPs are there. Let me talk to legal guys in India. What is the procedure? Then I was self-aware that, okay, fine, I want to draw. Let me try.
How long
24 hours to draw all the 22 IPs.
IP rights in India?
2.5 months. So I started working in June. And I launched it in August.
That's nice. You waited for a long time for just get the value done.
And in India, it's like fucking huge amount of money for Indians. Like when you think of ETH, you will say, okay, fine, ये तो कुछ नहीं है. This is nothing. But when you think of INR money, I've invested lakhs of rupees just to copyright them. And then launching a project. That is an additional cost, you know.
So what's like, how long you're going to take this? Like, what's like
forever.
Forever, right?
Like, it's documented right now. It's documented right now. This would be somewhere on social media, Web 2 world or Metaverse world as well in 2025 now.
So you're basically going the Gary Vee route, like what, similar to what he did.
I just said that it's like Arjun to Krishna, but that's the difference which I want to make. I have never targeted outside world. I've just made something for India. I'm a self-aware guy. I want to take those challenges. If I would have done, so a lot of people told me that JorrParivar naam mat rakho, try to have something which might be connecting with a lot of international audience. But I thought, okay, fine. I want it for Indian audience only, so let me take time because I want to make sure that JorrParivar, the name, which is like Jor is awesome, thriving, Parivar is family, community. So if I want to build this thriving community, why do I have to worry about selling out all my tokens in 24 hours? It's a thriving community which I want to build. So let it take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Like it's just like I don't have any goal of growing my Instagram followers or Twitter followers or nothing like that. I don't even care how many followers are there.
But wouldn't that be also a segment that would be required for a personal branding thing? Like, wouldn't you...
Not getting it. Didn't get it.
Wouldn't you need to increase your social media metrics?
It's already increasing. So yeah, that's where I have been saying it again and again to my clients and everywhere. It's not about social media metrics number. It's about your brand consumption. Yeah. So today when you go to google.com/trends and if you see last 12 months and search digital Pratik, you'll see digital Pratik trending in Telangana. Why? Because in the past 15 days, I've been running ads in Kochi, Kerala around NFT content before even coming over here. So it's like brand consumption. Like everybody who met me over there in the corner before I came up on the stage, they just told me that I've been following you since 2018 or 16 or things like that. My first question would be, how many pieces of content have you liked in the past 5 years? And before even they say, I'll say, okay, fine, less than 500? They're like, yes. I'm like, how many of you have commented? Less than 100? They're like, yes. I mean, like, how many of you have shared? Less than 10? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then why the fuck are you talking to me? No. We have learned a lot and we have applied that into business and we are making way much more money. So we admire you. And that's the reason why. So it's the brand. So I always feel that it's a brand consumption in personal brand. I talk about personal branding a lot. So in personal branding, I think of brand consumption overall of a 5-year minimum period. And that's where now I'm talking in 2021, where I have been doing this since 2000. My Instagram account is since 2013. 2013. I don't care about the number of followers.
I think mine also around. My Twitter was 20.
My Twitter.
Yeah, does that matter to you now?
My Twitter
Fuck,
is like
exactly.
I used it for 8 years.
Exactly. I am using because I was into Web 2 world and just like that. You know, that's the exact thing which I'm trying to do. So right now as well, and just like you mentioned, or on the stage, like it's based on so many factors right now. And we humans also, when we are buying, our intentions are also different. I want to buy VFriend. Why? Because I love Gary Vaynerchuk. I bet on Gary Vaynerchuk. Maybe out of this audience, 60% won't even care. So they won't go for that. They would buy Bodep. Why? Because everybody is doing that. So it's like purchase behavior as well matters. So my project right now has done very less revenue, like 24.2 Ethereum.
But doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, but in India, nobody has done that. And it's the India's first ever community-driven NFT project around IPs, original IPs, where I'm giving exclusive workshops for 3 years, exclusive conferences for 3 years, exclusive dinner meeting, consulting calls, monthly live Q&A sessions, podcasting session with guests. So what I've seen in Indian Shift is, they go to a landing page to buy a 500 rupees course and they scroll all the way down to see a 30 days refund policy.
And then they study
Exactly. But my tokens which are worth minimum 0.05, where they are getting monthly exclusive training, they are buying it without even knowing what they will get.
Then pass it to other person, sell it.
On top of that, they are betting on this human being. You know, so there are so many perspectives over here, and that's where, like, recently I have changed my DP to upside down as well, everywhere. You know, now everybody is asking me, and I'm like, okay, fine, that's a case study, that's a case study. No big case study. All I'm trying to pass on a message is like these cards. Like, no matter what your life may be, up or down, Web 2 or Web 3, struggles here and there, keep smiling. So that's a very positive message which I'll share. And this is documented, I'll share this now. Nothing. Yeah. People, when you have an ape, you feel proud about that on your DP, you know. As a PFP, I feel fucking proud about my own smile, which is making other people happy and making a lot of sense because they are consuming my content. I'm trying to build JorrParivar just with Indian-centric, where I know it would be an eventual process of building it, but that would be IPs which would emotionally connect.